Ladies and gentlemen, these are the top stories from the world of Formula One for this week. The 2025 Interlagos Grand Prix is just around the corner and the weather forecast looks exciting AF. Saturday will be the day of rain with a chance of rain maximized at 80%, which means it's very likely that the sprint race and the qualifying session will happen in wet conditions. Last year, there were multiple red flags in the qualifying session because it happened in wet conditions. That obviously Lando Norris took the pole position. Max Verstappen got unlucky and started from P17. He won the race because the race happened in wet conditions as well. But this time, the race is going to happen in dry conditions, very likely. Obviously, you cannot predict the weather. This is just a forecast. But if Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have a good qualifying in the rainy qualifying session, then it's very likely they're going to have advantage over Max Verstappen in the main race. But at the same time, if Verstappen puts in that perfect lap in quali, he's going to be on pole for the main race. And when he is fighting for the world title, it's going to be fun. So I guess we will see how that pans out. Up next, we got Lewis Hamilton's performance engineer Ricciardo Corte leaving the team to join the Australian Supercar Series, and he is now going to be a part of a team called Grove Racing. A lot of people are sharing their concerns that this is not good. Final four races of the season, Hamilton is just getting used to Ferrari. Now he is feeling comfortable in the car, and now his performance engineer is leaving. The Ricciardo that should have left is Adami, and unfortunately, this is not the right Ricciardo. And the only thing we can say to that is that reality is often disappointing. We move on. Williams have been recently catching up some headlines, primarily because of their performance. And in order to acknowledge that on a broader level, they have changed their logo to back in the day when they were just starting out under the leadership of Sir Frank Williams, to reflect that they're still here to will world championships. And I hope they become competitive from 2026 and onwards. Hopefully with the regulation change and Mercedes engine, which can be the most dominant power unit, I hope that Atlassian Williams F1 team, as they will be called from the next season, will be more competitive. The logo looks amazing, by the way. Up next, Andy Cowell, the team lead of the Aston Martin Formula One team, said that the goal of Aston Martin from 2026 and beyond is to win multiple back-to-back F1 titles. They have Lance Stroll in the car. Fernando Alonso will probably leave after 2026. Adrian Newey himself said that they won't be winning the championship in 2026 because 2026 will be the foundational year for Aston Martin. It will set up the car for future development for the upcoming years. But Andy Cowell says that, he didn't explicitly say from 2026, but he is, way too optimistic for a team that is struggling to beat other midfield teams in a consistent manner. But I guess regulation changes are coming. Anything can happen, but I personally do not believe a word that's coming out of this guy's mouth. We move on. Toto Wolff, who has once said Kimi Antonelli's performance was underwhelming, is now saying that he is a championship material and the future of Mercedes, and we will see the real performance of Andrea Kimi Antonelli from next season. George Russell has to watch his back because he is on a 1+1 year contract. And if Kimi Antonelli performs exceptionally well, then George will be the driver that gets treated as the expendable one. It's going to happen. Toto is not going to bet on George Russell for the future if he sees a Max Verstappen in Kimi Antonelli. So I guess we will see how that pans out. We move on. Oracle, not Oracle. Are they still Oracle Red Bull Racing? Either way, Red Bull Racing were supposed to announce their driver lineup for 2026 Formula One season after the 2025 Mexico City Grand Prix. But they didn't. They delayed the news of Yuki Tsunoda's inevitable firing to make sure that Yuki Tsunoda remains focused for the remaining races of the 2025 season. And the reason for that is the team standings. Because if you look at the team standings, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull Racing are separated by 10 points. And Red Bull Racing is only 10 points away from P2 in Ferrari. So they need Yuki Tsunoda in the right headspace so that he continues to perform and goes ahead and helps Red Bull Racing to secure P2, at least, try to secure P2 in the constructor standings. And then they will have the news of Yuki Tsunoda, you're fuck off. Not your fuck off, like you're fired and you need to get the fuck out of here. And I guess Isaac Hadjar will take his place, and then Arvind Lindblad will be promoted to the other Racing Bull seat. So I guess we'll see how that pans out. Anyway, the battle for P2 in the constructor standing is actually heating up massively. 3 teams separated by 10 points, but also here, Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, Haas F1 team, and Kick Sauber. 4 teams separated by 12 points. So I'm pretty sure Racing Bulls will come down in bottom because Liam Lawson is not good in qualifying, and Isaac Hadjar seems to be struggling in the races a little bit. But at the same time, you have to consider the lack of performance of Lance Stroll and the bad luck of Fernando Alonso. So the team that has the highest probability among these 4 to come out on top is Haas F1 team. And big shout out to Oliver Behrman for his amazing, phenomenal performance. The guy looks like he is on pace. And now he has 2 points dropped out of his, penalty points, which means he can take more risks. So I guess we'll see how that pans out. Finally, we have the driver standings. Now, obviously, I'm not going to talk about the top 3 because, you guys probably already know it. What I am interested in is that from Nico Hulkenberg all the way to Esteban Ocon, 8 drivers separated by 11 points. It's unbelievably interesting how close these guys are, so we will see. If I were to bet any money, I would say Isaac Hadjar, Carlos Sainz, Oliver Behrman. These 3 guys have the highest chance of coming out on top because Nico Hulkenberg is not, that consistently scoring points anymore. He is having trouble in qualifying, just like he was having trouble in qualifying throughout the beginning, the entirety of 2025 season. So I guess we will see how that pans out. That's all from the world of Formula One from last week. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.